Hello, I'm Alex Michael, and this is where I document my journey to becoming a multimillionaire. So, yesterday I kind of talked about that I'm a failure and the businesses that I've failed at, and I thought I'd kind of touch on that today. And I actually listed out, and I might be even missing one or two here, but I had a contracting construction business. I started doing live-in flips. I did drop shipping for a short time. I had a fencing business. I tried to create construction products, and the most recent project that I've kind of abandoned is starting a coding boot camp. So my 9 to 5 is I'm a software engineer, with a bachelor's degree in information technology and a master's in AI. And if you have a degree, you probably know that those are just pieces of paper. They don't, at least in my opinion, they don't mean anything. It's really, do you have the skills to do something? The paper on the wall, those just say that you're teachable, that you're willing to learn. And you can do that without spending hundreds of thousands of dollars on a degree. And so, just thinking back on the businesses that I've gone through, it's like I realize I've learned something each time. And Alex Hormozi says the work works on you more than you work on it. And so I was just trying to reflect on what I've learned, what are the revelations I've had over the past 4 years of failing at various businesses. And the first one is from contracting is first thing is if you can make $1 somewhere, you can make $1 million. It's just what levers do you pull and what's the volume you have to do it at so that you can actually make that. And so in contracting, you're really limited to time, because fulfilling the delivery of your service is very time consuming. So it's very hard to work on the business and not in the business. And additionally, at that time in my life, I didn't really like dealing with customers or people. I would say I probably don't even like to right now, but I need to get better at that, I think, because being customer obsessed, that's Jeff Bezos' claim to fame, is as long as you're customer obsessed, you're gonna do what's best for the customer, and that's how he made Amazon. And then I started doing live-in flips, where we'll buy a awful house. Because I'm a veteran, I was able to it's a really low barrier to entry for me because I got the VA loan, so I can do a 0 down payment, and it's probably the biggest contributor to my net worth. Just buying old houses, fixing them up for $20,000-$30,000, but that gives me $50,000 to $100,000 in equity. And then while I was doing that, or after I was doing that while I was sitting in a house for 2 years, I tried drop shipping, and I made some money doing that, but the margins were so little that I decided not to pursue it. And again, you have to have the right business. If you can make $1, you can make 100, but if you have to spend 100 to make $1, that means you have to stay at level 1 100 times before you can move to level 2 and start doing 2 sales at a time. And so that's just way too slow. You can't scale that fast enough to have a meaningful change in your life. Fencing, I realized that with all the problem with all the previous businesses is that I wasn't if people don't know about your stuff, the stuff you're selling, then how are they going to buy from you? If they don't know you exist, they're not going to buy from you. And so that's the business I actually tried to do real marketing. And I wouldn't even say real marketing. We just did mail-in value pack. I think it's called value pack. They just send you an envelope of 30 different advertisements, and most people just throw it away. Granted, you gotta it's like cold outreach. You gotta hit 100 people before you get one, and it worked but only enough to pay myself back for the thousands of dollars I had invested into marketing. So the customer acquisition cost there was just way off, and so I ended up abandoning that also. And amidst that time also, I was trying to create construction products, but I was trying to reinvent the wheel, and the wheel has been around forever. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. A hammer's a hammer, a drill's a drill. It's the brand. That's the key component. That's the trust you build, the relationship you build with the customer that makes them want to buy, and that's why you have, for drills, Milwaukee and DeWalt, there's very fervent customer bases, and they're each part of their own group. If you're a Milwaukee guy around a bunch of DeWalt folks, you're a weirdo, and vice versa. And so it's a little bit taboo in the construction industry to be on one or the other. And then I thought, okay, my biggest thing, so I'm a software engineer, let me teach other people how to code. That could be really easy. It's a really high ticket point. And so I could make very little sales and make a lot of money, because you could charge $20,000 for a coding course. And just being in the software industry, especially right now in 2024 and 2025, it's very difficult to find a job, and I don't want to set someone up for failure. I don't want to have them spend $15,000-$20,000, give them the skills they actually need in the job, and then not be able to find one because of just the state of the market. And so I kind of abandoned that one also. I may come back to it. The curriculum's not going to die, even though there might be some time between the next time I touch it. But for now, that's Ixnay, that's gone. And so where are we at now? We're here creating skincare products for babies and pregnant moms. And yesterday we went through $100 million offers, kind of checklist that Alex Hormozi provides. And I'm realizing what we're creating in the body oil, body butter that we're in the process of trying to manufacture right now, that's a solution to just one small problem in a larger problem of pregnancy. And so in going through his, let's figure out every problem that's possible and figure out all the solutions so that we can provide all those free in a package. And so Russell Branson says, if what you sell is the value of it is 10 times more than the price you charge, then it's going to be, it's a no-brainer. And that's what Alex Hormozi says. Make an offer so good, people feel stupid saying no. And so if we can shift focus a little bit besides just the skincare products and really dive in on pregnancy as a whole, there's not a company that's just aimed to just help people in pregnancy. And there's a lot of different nuances, but it's the same is true in fitness. And so in fitness, everybody's body is different, and so how can we kind of recharge or go into this green field, this new area, this non-red ocean? Let's jump into a blue ocean of pregnant people so that we can provide for them and help them through their pregnancy, especially if it's their first pregnancy. Just statistically, women are older and usually they have income, they're steady, and so they can afford, a product offering that's, $1,000 or whatever. As long as it solves all your pregnancy problems, it's would you spend $1,000 to have really good advice through every stage of pregnancy? That's because your body is ever changing, and if it's your first pregnancy, you don't know what to do to not get stretch marks. You don't know what to do to help your nausea. So if we can package those together, I think we actually are onto something really, really good. And that's all I got for today. Thanks for watching. Bye.